For years, the culinary world on screen was defined by a specific kind of polish. We were shown sterile, high-end kitchens where the genius chef archetype reigned, a figure whose volatile behavior was framed as the necessary price of a Michelin star. The Bear offers a violent rejection of that aesthetic. It trades the quiet prestige for a failing sandwich shop in Chicago, replacing the soft lighting with grease-slicked floors, open flames, and the constant threat of a walk-in freezer failing. Despite its abrasive tone and focus on trauma, the series found immediate, massive success. By its second season, it was logging over 1 billion minutes of streaming time in a single week and sweeping major award categories, including 11 Emmy wins in a single night. This popularity forced an odd debate over its genre. While it competes as a comedy, the episodes are largely driven by the fallout of a suicide, the realities of alcoholism, and corrosive workplace dysfunction. This appeal isn't an accident of the script. It's built into the show's pacing and geography. By weaponizing audio and physical space, The Bear creates a mechanical simulation of stress to examine the actual cost of a toxic workplace. The show's stress starts with an audio track that ignores standard rules of prestige television. Instead of a curated score, it utilizes a percussive rhythm of overlapping voices and clattering metal. This diagram illustrates how the show engineers anxiety. Overlapping dialogue spikes are timed to overwhelm auditory processing, plotted against a baseline tension that never resets. Cutting through that noise is a soundtrack that steps in to provide the emotional context. The curation is famously unfashionable, leaning on 80s and 90s alt-rock. The creators often choose live concert versions or B-sides, making the music feel raw and unpolished. This specific dad rock palette functions like a handmade mixtape. It anchors the show in the upper Midwest, making the environment feel lived in and deeply personal. By stacking percussive shouting on top of these raw, nostalgic rock tracks, the show manufactures a sense of claustrophobia. It simulates a psychological state where the noise of the job is impossible to tune out. That sense of being trapped is grounded by the show's literal geography. The movement of the city dictates the movement of the show, from the elevated CTA lines Carmy rides to the specific layout of neighborhoods like River North. To maintain this, the production avoided generic soundstages. They filmed in real Chicago institutions, using the actual cramped footprints of those kitchens to limit where the camera could move. Within those walls, the culinary precision is absolute. Behind the scenes, producers oversee a team of professional chefs to ensure every movement, from dicing an onion to searing a protein, is technically perfect. This accuracy is used to illustrate the trauma of high-end cooking. In a Michelin-starred environment, there is a paralyzing fear that one microscopic mistake will lead to immediate humiliation and professional ruin. Carmy's history with abusive bosses dictates the show's visual style. The camera frequently pushes into uncomfortably tight close-ups, capturing the physical manifestation of PTSD as he tries to navigate the kitchen without repeating the cruelty of his mentors. Culinary accuracy and physical constraints of the real locations turn the kitchen into a pressure cooker. It leaves the characters with no physical space to hide from their own internal trauma. This sustained simulation of anxiety serves a specific purpose. By driving the audience through the suffering of the kitchen, the show builds a foundation for a very different kind of story. Beneath the clatter and the shouting, the series is a narrative of restoration. It is focused on characters who are trying to break a cycle of generational and professional pain. The show frequently sets up moments where we expect a chef to snap and resort to workplace abuse, because that's what the genius trope has taught us to anticipate. Instead, it subverts those expectations by resolving conflicts through kindness or unexpected generosity. We see this in the simple mandate that every member of the team address each other as chef. In a chaotic environment, this title serves as a reminder of mutual respect, ensuring that no one is left behind as the restaurant evolves. This shift reflects a broader change in the real-world restaurant industry. The show resonates because it depicts workers demanding a better workplace, one where their expertise is valued and their humanity is respected. The Bear succeeds because it challenges the pop culture myth of the toxic genius. It demonstrates that innovation and greatness don't require a foundation of cruelty. They require the courage to build something better out of the wreckage.